Hello everyone, welcome to Track Astro Science, and today I am back again with yet another new video, and today I will be discussing regarding the transit of planet Sun into the sign of Taurus. Now at present Sun is in the ending degrees of Aries. In the late hours of 14th of May 2021, Sun is going to enter the sign of Taurus. Now this transit is going to be much more prominent, dominant and powerful. Although it is going to be around 30 days of transit, but still this is going to make a power fact statement in your life. Why? Because we have Rahu, Venus, Mercury, and now Sun is going to enter the sign of Taurus. So the sign of Taurus is going to be much more powerful. So this particular sign, Taurus, can be any house of your horoscope. It can fall in any house. The significance related to that house will speak for you in this month. It will be much more dominant in your life, particularly when as far as this transit is concerned. Now Sun is our soul and Rahu is our desire. You see when Sun will enter the sign of Taurus, it is just like the soul is meeting the desire, or you see Rahu will amplify the qualities of Sun. Suddenly you will be much more prideful, suddenly you will become much more confident and egoistic regarding the significance where the sign Taurus falls in your horoscope. So this pride, this ego, this confidence can either take you to meet your obsession or either can make you fall into some illusion, because you see when we take decision out of our pride and ego without any wise, careful thinking, it can make us fall into some illusion. Otherwise, if we take the importance of wise thinking, if we take the importance of careful channelizing of our thoughts, specifically when we consider the soul, because Sun is our soul, then it can also help us to meet our desires. Because you see, Taurus inherently is a very materialistic sign. Okay, and it is also an earthy and fixed sign. That means it deals with stability. That means if we can channelize our energy, specifically here energy means the energy of our soul, the enlightening energy of Sun, if we channelize that, then it can also signify that we are definitely going to meet our desires. So it is completely upon us how we are channelizing the whole month, specifically when these 4 planet transits are going on in the sign of Taurus. So without making any other loss of time, we will simply jump into the prediction part regarding all the 12 signs. That means what is this transit of Sun into the sign of Taurus will bring for this whole month. Come, let us see. So for the Aries people, Sun will be transiting your second house. So this will give you some extra confidence regarding your morals, family values and wealth. Now for the Aries people, Sun is your 5th lord and it will be transiting your second house, and few days back Venus, your second lord, has already entered the sign of Taurus. So the transit of 5th lord and second lord in the second house of wealth is creating a very strong Dhan Yoga. By the virtue of this Dhan Yoga, generation of wealth through speculative business, stocks, share markets can be seen, or there is this possibility that you can also make new plans for investing money. But at the same time, presence of Rahu cannot be ignored, because Rahu is been in the sign of Taurus from last September. So as soon as Sun will enter the sign of Taurus, there can be some obsession regarding your wealth or family due to the presence of this Rahu. So I will say that any decision making related to wealth, valuable possessions or even family should be done with extreme care and wisdom. Your wealth and expenditure should be taken care of, because due to the presence of this Venus, it can also lead to some kind of expenditures on some comforts or valuable items. So it is very essential regarding the transit of Sun, because Sun is your soul, so your soul is getting guided by that. Now Venus is also your 7th lord and Sun is your ego, and at the same time Venus and Sun are inimical to each other. So there can be some ego battles, there can be some problems in marital relationships. But again, on the other hand, I will say that Venus is your seventh lord, Sun is your fifth lord. So some romantic affairs can also come into front. Suppose if you are again thinking regarding some um, love marriage or something like that, then that can also come into front, and that can also take place. I will say that since the Sun is transiting your second house in the presence of inimical planets like Rahu and Venus, so take care of your eyes. There can be some eye troubles. On the overall, I will say that this transit of Sun in the sign of Taurus for the Aries people is a good one, specifically for the family and for the wealth. Just take care that you don't get obsessed regarding your family values, wealth, and everything too much. Okay, otherwise, this transit is a very good one. So, for the Taurus people, Sun will be transiting your first house in the sign of Taurus, and this will make you much more confident than before, and it is a very good time to take important decisions and proceed through all the works which was not done till now. It is also giving you a clear aim, making you goal oriented, and giving you the proper discipline and energy to follow your ambitions, because here Sun is giving you that necessary initiative and decision making authority, making you authoritative, making you much more independent to follow the life in a own your own way. At the same time, this is also increasing your pride, this is also increasing your ego. Now, since Rahu is also present in the sign of Taurus, as soon as Sun will enter the sign of Taurus, this will actually boost your ego and pride to a supreme point. So I will warn you that don't take any decision out of your impulsive pride or ego, out of your obsession. Don't take any decision. Your decision making should be concerned with some kind of wise thinking, and it should be careful, because I will say you that Rahu can make you full of obsession. So it can suddenly you may feel that whatever you are doing correct. So later you may repent that I should have controlled myself. So I will say you that even if you are getting the proper energy and proper initiative to take the decision, just be careful regarding the obsession of Rahu, because Rahu will play its game. Now, as per the horoscope of the Taurus ascendant people, what I can see that Sun is your fourth lord. Fourth house is the house of happiness. Now, the lord of happiness is coming into your first house. It is a very good transit for this sense, because it can lead to happy life. It can also make you feel happy regarding the overall way how you are leading your life. Happiness from mother, conveniences, and comforts are also seen. And I will also say that since Mercury is also transiting in the sign of Taurus, Mercury is your fifth lord, Sun is your fourth lord. So, fourth lord and fifth lord transiting through your first house is also a very good time for intelligence, education. This is also making you much more analytical, much more powerful, because you see Venus is your Lagna lord, and Venus is also present in the sign of Taurus. So overall, I will say you that this particular transit is giving you all the necessary authority, all the necessary intelligence, artistic intelligence, okay, independence. And this is the time that when you can challenge the life, challenge the goals of your life, and go forward and get the ultimate victory, because you see Venus, Mercury, Sun, and Rahu is also exalted. So I will say that this Sun is not only fulfilling all the criteria, but also it is giving you the sense of happiness overall. And at last, I will say you that you see Venus is also your sixth lord, which is inimical to Sun. Rahu is also inimical to Sun. Now, since Sun is your fourth lord, so I will say you that in the presence of sixth lord Venus and Rahu, this can also signify that you should take care of health of your mother, because it can also signify that there can be some health issues regarding to your mother. So take care regarding that. Otherwise, I will say that this transit is going to be a very power packed transit for the Taurus people. For the Gemini ascendant people, Sun will be transiting your 12th house, and 12th house is the house of loss, isolation, spirituality, mysticism. This transit has got multiple implications to it, so I will ask you to listen about this transit very carefully. You see, Sun is the planet of vigor, strength, vitality, bodily energy. Okay, so a planet which rules about those important things, if it is going into the 12th house of loss, you can say that this is not a very good one, specifically when Rahu is placed in the sign of Taurus. So this can imply that health may suffer. Problems related to eyesight can also occur during this particular month when Sun will be transiting the sign of Taurus. You may suddenly feel that your life is getting isolated from the entire world, because you see, Sun is your soul and 12th house is the house of isolation, specifically sitting with Venus and Taurus. So you may suddenly feel that you are feeling isolated, or you can also feel that since Venus is sitting over there, you may by your own will and decision, you may try to isolate yourself away from the worldly matters. That can also be possible. Now, Sun is government and 12th house is the house of laws, so it can also signify troubles from the government or the higher authorities. It can also surface during this particular month. Whereas on the other hand, it can also signify foreign travels, but I will say you that apply Desh Kal Patra, that is the time, circumstance, and the native. So that can also be seen that if possible, foreign travels is also seen on the chart. Sun is our enlightening force. It is the enlightenment, it is the energy which we receive as soon as we see the light of the sun. Okay, so and 12th house is the house of spirituality, so it can also signify spiritual association, getting along with spiritual practices and following a strong discipline in it, because you see, Sun has got its own discipline. Sun likes punctuality, Sun likes a strong way of discipline and focus and concentration. So it can also signify that suddenly you may start a meditation or yoga with complete focus and discipline. Okay, along with Venus, it can also signify a strong sense of surrender and universal love, because you see, Venus in the 12th house can signify that universal love and surrender, and Sun is the soul, so it can also signify that. So overall, I will say that this transit for the Gemini people has got many aspects to it. So you have to take the positive aspects and try to work on the things which actually can go difficult for you, specifically the isolation part, specifically your health. So you have to take care of your health, you have to take care regarding your ego, your pride, your name and fame, and you must do your work in punctuality, because Sun likes punctuality. And at the same time, any kind of spiritual work, any kind of spiritual progress will help you regarding this transit, specifically when Sun will be transiting the sign of Taurus along with Venus, Mercury, and Rahu. So for the Cancer ascendant people, Sun will be transiting your 11th house of gains. Now, second lord coming into the house of gains, making a very powerful Dhan Yoga, and along with 11th lord Venus, because Venus has already entered the sign of Taurus. So you can say that second lord, 11th lord transiting through the 11th house, creating a very powerful chance of wealth creation and wealth generation. So it is not only giving you the proper authority, proper direction in life to have the gains, but also making sure that you are getting the proper loyalty, gains from the government or from the higher authorities wherever you work. gains from banking services or audit, stock exchanges, gold, jewelry, or even photography. Very good time for cooperation with the other people. And you see, 11th house is the house of network circle. So whenever your wealth generation will come, you will take care of the teamwork. So it is a very good time for cooperation with the other people. Specifically, engaging in any kind of group efforts or projects in your personal or professional spheres. So I will say that this transit will not only create lot of energy in your house of gains, but also it will create a proper light, it will throw a proper light that how you can channelize your energy to particularly have lots of gains in your life, because it can signify that you have been working in your life from last few months to have those gains, and this is the time, this is the month when you will have that incoming of wealth and incoming of gains in your life. Now, since 11th house is the house of network circles, that is the big friend circle, this is also making you very social, and it can imply gains through your friends, elder brothers. It can signify that you may get promotion at your career or profession, whatever you are doing. Gains from father, because you see 11th house is second from 10th house. 10th house is also seen for the aspect of father. Sun is the planet of vitality, vigor, splendor, energy, and that sun is coming to the 11th house of gains, so it can also signify good health. Okay, so overall I will say you that it is a very good time to cherish, specifically with the planets Venus, Rahu, Mercury. One thing I will just say you that since Rahu also creates illusion and obsession, so I will say you that be careful regarding any kind of friend or any kind of people who may cheat you, because when we come across lots of people, specifically in our network circle, there are few people who may take advantage of our obsession, who may take advantage of our overconfidence. So be careful regarding that. Otherwise, this transit is going to be one of the best transit you will have this year. For the Leo people, Sun will be transiting your 10th house, and this is a very good time because Sun will be having the directional strength for the Leo natives. It is not only good for your professional and vocational success, but also very good time that it will give you the necessary name, fame, wealth, and all kind of honors. It is making you brave, generous, and giving you authority, power, and high moral standards. You see, your popularity with the government agencies, or any kind of people with high authorities, or any kind of people who are related to power or high authorities can be in favor of you. You can have good rapport with those people. Your relationship with your boss will be much more good now. Okay, now since Sun is in strength over in this 10th house, this is also very good for your health, because Sun is our vigor, Sun is our splendor, our bodily energy, it is the vitality. Now you see, Sun is the first lord, it is transiting through the 10th house with the 10th lord Venus. Thus, it is giving a very strong Raj Yoga, it is giving a very good chance to prove your authority, it is giving you the necessary power to prove yourself in the front of the whole society, in front of the world, specifically at your work arena. Your reputation, your name, fame will increase during this transit. Now, Taurus is an earthy sign, a fixed sign. So, this is also giving an extra stability in your work arena. Now, with extra focus in career and profession, this will not only stabilize your efforts, this will also make sure that in coming months, whatever work you are doing, it will get a proper payback. It will actually pay you back in coming months with due respect. Okay. Now, with Mercury, you see Mercury is your second lord, Mercury is your 11th lord, transiting in your 10th house along with first lord Sun. This is creating a very powerful Dhan Yoga. So this is giving you extra chances to gain enormous amount of wealth from multiple sources. You see, not only it is creating a Raj Yoga, it is also creating a Dhan Yoga. So that means authority, wealth, gains. So too much events, too much things are happening depending upon the dasa pattern which you are running. Suppose if you are running through the dasa of Sun, if you are running through the dasa of Mercury or Venus, so you are definitely going to get lots of results for this. Even if you are going through the dasa of Rahu, because Rahu will also be transiting in the sign of Taurus for your 10th house, okay, in your 10th house for the Leo natives. Now you see, 10th house also denotes our power. Sun is your strength, your ego, your pride, and also your power. Specifically, when Rahu will be transiting in the sign of Taurus along with Sun, I will say you that make sure that whatever actions or whatever efforts you put in your work arena, it should be with wisdom, because you see, this Rahu can make you power hungry, can make you obsessed to reach the higher position at any cost. This can actually make you much more manipulative, specifically when Venus is transiting. Venus is very good at negotiation, okay, so very good at manipulation. It's a very good negotiator. So Sun is your soul, so be very careful that whatever work you do, it should be clean and clear. It should not be with cheating. It should be with proper path and direction, because this Rahu will create some illusion. It will create some kind of obsession that you can actually reach to the higher position, and in order to reach that higher position, it can make you follow any path. So be careful regarding that what approach you are taking towards your work environment. Otherwise, apart from this, each and everything is going to be super during this particular month when Sun is transiting through your 10th house. For the Virgo sign, Sun will be transiting your 9th house in the sign of Taurus, and here the 9th lord Venus has already entered the sign of Taurus. So this will actually make you much more dutiful, much more virtuous and responsible, because you see, 9th house is the house of higher spiritual knowledge. It is the house of righteousness. It is the house of dharma. And Sun is the planet of enlightenment. So it is definitely going to make you much more dutiful, much more responsible. It will fill your soul with much more virtue. This also denotes that you will follow your duties towards your father, towards your guru, and there will be a set of devotions towards it, lot of devotion towards it. Now you see, Rahu is also transiting through the sign of Taurus in your 9th house, and Rahu believes in things which are against the norms of the society. So presence of Rahu over here can actually make you think differently in an unusual way, away from the thoughts of your father or the teaching of your guru. Okay, so ultimately this can also lead to some kind of conflicts with your father or fatherly figure at your home or at your place. On the other hand, if you see, Sun transit can also lead to some kind of religious discourses, some religious travels. Okay, you may visit to some spiritual places, you may meet with some spiritual people, some spiritual community, you may come across to some spiritual organizations. You see, Sun, Venus, Mercury, all are present in the sign of Taurus at present. Means Sun will be entering the sign of Taurus. So as soon as Sun enters, so Sun, Venus, Mercury will be in the sign of Taurus in your 9th house, and they will aspect the 3rd house of creative talents, hobby, efforts. So this will actually make you much more creative. This will give you the necessary focus to start a new hobby or work on your efforts in an artistic way, because you see, Venus and Mercury gives you the focus towards artistic fine arts or artistic talents, okay, specifically. And since sun is also coming over here, so sun, Venus, Mercury looking into the third house in the ninth, from the ninth house, this can also give you pleasure from any kind of artistic talents or artistic hobbies, be it music, be it painting, okay, be it writing, okay, it can be many things, because it will give you that energy to follow those things. But you see here, sun is also your 12th lord, which is sitting with Venus. Now Venus is an inimical planet. Rahu is also inimical to sun, which is coming into the ninth house. So this can also imply some kind of eye troubles or trouble with the government. So be sure that you follow your dharma, be sure that you follow the righteousness, your virtuous nature and your duty with commitment and discipline, till when sun is transiting through the sign of Taurus in the your ninth house. Basically, I will say you that we must follow the righteousness and virtuous nature all through our life, but specifically when it is transiting through your ninth house of dharma, you need to be much more careful, specifically when Venus and Rahu is also present over there. For the Libra natives, I will say that sun will be transiting your 8th house. Now sun is the significator of soul. It is the planet which decides our vitality, our splendor, our vigor, our health, the overall energy. You see, any planet which is so important, specifically when it is the Atma Karak, it is the universal Atma Karak, that is the significator of soul, going into the 8th house is normally not considered very good. You see, 8th house is the house which deals with ups and downs of our life. It is the house of destruction. Basically, it is the dark hole where what happens we don't know. So it is normally not considered very good. This transit of sun, specifically for the Libra people, going into the 8th house is normally not considered very good, because it can signify fear, anxiety, any kind of health issues. Now since sun is coming into the 8th house of ups and downs and transformation, this can also signify any kind of displeasure from the superiors or the authorities or the government. You can have some unnecessary quarrels, okay, with your friends, or even you can have unnecessary quarrels in your married life also, specifically with your in-laws, or even if you're with your wife also, because 8th house is also the house of longevity of marriage. This can also signify any kind of extravagant expenditure, loss of money, okay, so be careful regarding that. High blood pressure, irritable nature, it can also come up, it can also surface during, specifically during this transit when sun is transiting through your 8th house. And why it becomes much more prominent, you see, because of the placement of Rahu. At present Rahu is also transiting through your 8th house, and your 8th lord Venus is also transiting through that. So sun is getting that difficulty, specifically when it is considered with the planet like Rahu and Venus, because they are inimical to sun, okay. Now this is the time when you must definitely take care of your health, specifically when we consider the things that what we must do regarding our health and longevity to keep away from the diseases, specifically when the planet like sun is transiting through your 8th house. So you must take care of your health. You must do each and everything which will actually be good for your health. And another angle to it is that, you see, 8th house is also the house of Moksha Trikon. So it is one of the very powerful spiritual houses. And sun is that enlightening light, that enlightening energy. So whenever sun will go into the 8th house, specifically even if in your birth chart or even in your transit, it will actually lead you to dive deep into the spiritual side of your life. Suddenly you will forget the other aspects of your life, and suddenly you will take interest in occult mysteries of life, okay. or suddenly you can start any meditation, sadhana, or any kind of secret knowledge, because this is the time which will specifically with the intelligence of Mercury, because Mercury is also transiting through this particular 8th house for the Libra people. So this intelligence of Mercury, the occult knowledge of the 8th lord, and Sun is your soul with the obsession of Rahu, this is creating a very strong energy to dive deep into the occult side of their life. So I will say you that this particular transit of Sun has got multiple sides to it. Now another part we have to understand is that Sun is your 11th lord. This 11th lord is coming to your 8th house. 11th house denotes our gains, that is, the lord of gains is coming to the 8th house. It can also signify gain through inheritance, it can also signify gain through unexpected sources. Okay, so you have to be very careful regarding how, with whom you are dealing, with whom you are having any contract, or with whom you are dealing any specifically joint assets or properties with the people. When you are dealing with those people, you have to be very careful regarding that, because Rahu is also present over here. Otherwise there is some significant chance that you can also have gains through inheritance or any kind of some unexpected sources, or some unearned income can also be seen through this particular transit of Sun through the 8th house of Libra ascendant people. For the Scorpio ascendant people, Sun will be transiting your 7th house in the sign of Taurus. Now, 7th house is the house of marriage, your spouse, your business partnerships, your business, and any kind of legal binding can be seen through the 7th house. It is also the house of diplomacy and any type of negotiations. Now, Sun being the king of planetary system, it is an authoritative planet. It does not likes to bargain, it does not likes to fall into any kind of diplomatic relationship or any kind of negotiation. That is the reason transit of Sun through the 7th house makes it feel much more uneasy than any other house. Specifically, if we consider, it is the western horizon when we talk about the 7th house. 7th house is the house which deals with the western horizon, and in the western horizon, sun sets. So, here the power of sun is much more less as compared to any other house. So, here this also signify that you may feel any kind of anxiety, any kind of stress, or it can also signify that it can make you face humiliation during this transit of sun in the 7th house. Now, since sun is inherently an independent planet, it likes to do everything on its own power, on its own dignity. Therefore, it can also signify that it can make you face any kind of marital problems or any kind of marital quarrels, anxiety, stress during this transit with your spouse. So, it is specified that you must follow the rule of cooperation and coordination, specifically when Sun is transiting through the 7th house for the Scorpio ascendant people. You see, when we give importance to the opinion of the other people, when we cooperate other people, when we coordinate to the other people in their work, in their daily life, then we also get same kind of help from that people. Now here, what are the people when you are talking about the 7th house? It is our spouse, that means wife, husband, or any kind of business partner, means any partner whom we link with. Now it can be our life partner, it can be our business partner, because you see, marriage itself is a legal binding. So when we coordinate with our partner, when we coordinate and cooperate with our spouse, okay, it can give us much more happier life, specifically when transit of sun is going through in the 7th house. Because now when you are giving importance to the opinion, when you are giving importance to the necessary discussion with your spouse or partner, then that problems and that chance of anxiety or stress gets reduced, then that problem comes to a solution. Specifically during this transit, I will say you don't do anything alone. Specifically, if you want to do something alone, if you are thinking that yes, I need to do this or I need to think about this, then coordinate and cooperate with your spouse, or coordinate or cooperate with your partner. uh, Ask and take help from them. It is no fault to take help from your spouse or the partners, because if you are taking help or if you are asking for any discussion or any kind of opinion from them, it is actually strengthening your communication between the two people, that is the wife and the husband, or specifically between the business partners. So by coordinating and by cooperating each other, this can help you. Another thing which you have to understand, that Sun is your 10th lord. 10th lord coming into the 7th house can also signify success in diplomatic service. It can also signify foreign travels. Again, I will say you that foreign travels can happen. Apply the concept of Deskal Patra. Then only you will get the proper result. It can also signify help from wife. You can definitely get help from your wife, or from your spouse, specifically in your profession is concerned. But I will say you that again, coordination and cooperation is must, specifically when sun is transiting in your 7th house. And don't forget, your 7th lord Venus is also transiting in your 7th house along with Mercury and Rahu. So they will also influence this sun. So I will say you that this Venus, specifically when it is transiting in the 7th house, this will actually help in your married life, specifically when you are considering this transit. But I will say you that since Rahu and Venus both are present over here, so you have to be much more careful regarding your married life, specifically this 30 days. Don't go for any conflicts, because if you are going for any conflicts, if you are thinking to do anything independently, then you are actually calling for trouble. Basically, if you ask for any discussion or any opinion from your partner, this will give you much more good result. For the Sagittarius ascendant people, Sun will be transiting in your 6th house. Now, 6th house deals with service. It deals with work which needs to be done persistently and on daily basis for the proper effectiveness and having getting a perfect result for that. Sixth house also deals with our diseases, debts, and enemies. And Sun being a planet of authority, when it comes to the house of service and perfection, it gives us the proper discipline and punctuality in order to follow our work. Now, suppose if you are working under someone, if you are under any organization or any under any person, for example, you are working under any person or any boss, anyone, so you have to follow their orders or instruction in order to get your work done. So it is the mode of service basically. So if you are getting any instruction from your boss or any organization or from your higher authorities, then this sun will give you the necessary energy, will give you the proper authority in order to make your work done. Suppose if you are working independently, then you have to take care of your subordinates, because sun is also the authority, sun is also the king. So you have to have a proper control on your subordinates, and also have to have a proper relationship and proper care of your subordinates. Then only you are going to get the proper result. So I will say you that this sun will not only give you the proper channelizing of energy, but also it will give you a proper focus in order to follow your service. Now, sun here will be very good in order to pulling down your enemies, curving down your enemies. It will be very good for your health, because it will cut down your diseases. So I will say you that during this transit you should take care of your health much more in order to enhance the healthier life being. Okay, so suppose this sun will not only take care of your health, at the same time if you are also taking care of your health on your daily basis, then this transit will not only make you healthy, but also keep your health upright and protected for coming months. Now, sun here is your ninth lord. Now, ninth lord coming into the sixth house, I will say that it is not a very good position, but again, ninth lord will bring its fortune, will bring its happiness and prosperity in the house of service. That means it also signify that you can get lots of success in your service, happiness from your superiors, success in all the ventures and undertakings which you want to take. Okay, so ultimately I will say you that overall this transit is going to be one of the best transit as far as Sagittarius ascendant is considered. For the Capricorn ascendant people, Sun will be transiting in your fifth house in the sign of Taurus. Now, this transit has got multiple implications, multiple angles to it, because fifth house also deals with our ego and pride. So, when Sun will enter the fifth house in the sign of Taurus, it will basically increase your ego. It will basically make you much more proud. It will increase your pride. So, this can actually make you much more arrogant, haughty. So, you may get irritated by little things. So, if you follow your ego, if you follow your pride and your arrogance and ignorance, this can ultimately lead to some mental anxiety. So, you have to be very careful regarding that. That means your decision making skills, your how you react to certain things, that has to be very controlled. On the other hand, fifth house also deals with our intelligence. Fifth house also deals with our creative self expression. So that means this sun, when it is transiting through the fifth house and along with fifth lord Venus, this combination of Venus and sun will actually make you creatively much more expressive. You can express yourself, your creative talents much more freely. Now, you have to be very careful regarding your ego. Means while you are following your talents, while you are following your creativity, when you are specifically, it will make you towards interested towards the performing arts. Okay, so you have to be very careful regarding that. That your pride, your ego should not come in between your passion. It should not come in between your recreational activities. Otherwise, it can actually bring some kind of troubles. But overall, I will say you that if you follow your creativity, if you follow your intelligence, if you follow your creative talents, specifically, this will actually give you some kind of success in terms of your fine arts, in terms of your creativity, or any kind of artistic or creative abilities, because fifth house deals with all those significance. And at last I will say you that sun is your eighth lord. Eighth lord going to the fifth house, basically I will say you that this is normally not a very good combination, because it can signify problems to the health to the children, or it can also signify that it can bring some kinds of conflict to the relationship between you and your progeny or your children. So you have to be very careful regarding that. Another thing I will say you that eighth house deals with occult, deals with secret knowledge, deals with research, and fifth house is the house of intelligence. So it can signify that you can actually have some interest towards some ancient knowledge or any kind of thing, or ancient language or ancient science. So that can also be seen during this particular transit. So that is the reason I said that this transit has got multiple implications associated with it. You have to judge this transit very cautiously and act upon it. For the Aquarius ascendant people, Sun will be transiting in your fourth house in the sign of Taurus. Now, Sun being a very hot and bright planet, and fourth house being the house of happiness, our mental peace, the house of nourishment, the place where we feel security and protection. Basically, we feel happy about the significance of fourth house because it is our homely environment. And sun being that hot planet, when it transits through the house of happiness, that is the fourth house, basically it brings unhappiness, disputes in the family or in the family environment or the homely environment. Basically it can also show that any kind of disputes, any kind of anxiety, lack of mental peace, it can also show that something which is going in your mind and making you unhappy or making you much more irritated, much more anxious, much more excited. Okay, so that can actually signify by this sun's transit in the fourth house in the sign of Taurus for the Aquarius ascendant. Not only that, Sun basically loses its directional strength in the fourth house. That means Sun is the bright planet, means it looks for the fame, name, honor, reputation. And fourth house is the night sky. In the night sky, we don't find the sun. That means in the fourth house, when sun will transit for the Aquarius ascendant, you may feel that you are not getting the necessary name, you are not getting the necessary fame and reputation, what you are actually deserving, what you actually want, that you are not getting. So it can also signify some kind of humiliation, some kind of loss of fame, loss of name also. But at the same time, I will say you that your sun is your seventh lord. Seventh lord coming into the fourth house of happiness. It can also signify that your life may be full of happiness due to your spouse, or your spouse may be the reason for the happiness of in your life. Okay, it can also signify. Another thing I will say you that seventh lord sun and fourth lord Venus transiting through the fourth house can together make up or can together compensate for the overall malefic effects which transit of sun can actually bring in your life. So I will say you that this Venus can actually bring lots of happiness. It can actually bring lots of nice good moments in your life because of this overall transit of seventh lord sun and fourth lord Venus. So since here sun is not alone, sun is with Mercury, Venus and Rahu. So here an overall impact will come, and that overall impact will actually compensate for the problems which sun is facing in the fourth house. Basically, since it is the seventh lord, it will actually increase the happiness index from your spouse. But since sun is losing the directional strength, so it is creating the problem, it is not happy over there. But again, since Rahu, Venus and Mercury are also sitting over there, they will compensate for the problems which sun is facing in the fourth house transit in the sign of Taurus for the Aquarius ascendant. So overall, I will say you that this transit is going to be a 50-50 transit for you. It is all up to you that how you tackle your anxiety, how you tackle your mental stress, okay, during these 30 days of transit of sun in your fourth house. For the Pisces ascendant people, sun will be transiting through your third house in the sign of Taurus. Now third house is the house of valor, your actions, your efforts, your hobbies, your creative talents. Now when sun will be transiting through your third house, it will give you necessary focus, it will give you the bravery and courage, the spirit through which you can start your hobbies, to work on your efforts, to work on new things which you thought to do but you couldn't do. So this is the time when sun will give you the necessary discipline and focus and concentration and the necessary enlightening energy to start those things, to work on it, to pace up your life with new tempo, with new initiative and new efforts and energy. You see, this transit of sun will not only destroy your enemies but also give you freedom from sickness. It will have a very good reputation with your higher authorities, gain of status, gain of wealth, have a happy, healthy life. This can also be signified through the transit of sun in your third house. Now, suppose if you have thought that I have to talk with my higher authorities on some matter but I couldn't do, so this is the time when you will get ample opportunity to meet your higher authorities, to have a good time with them and also get favorable honors, special honors specifically from them in order to while you are following your efforts and hobbies while sun is transiting through your third house. So this is not only the good time for your efforts but also the very good time to get recognitions from your neighborhoods, from your surrounding and also from your higher authorities. When we talk about the surroundings, then I will say you that this is the time when you will take extra initiative, extra efforts and interest for with the people, to meet with the people, to connect with the people with your nearby surroundings. Now it can be your neighborhood, it can be your relatives, friends or siblings. So you can work with them, you can have a collective efforts with them, you can also have gains through communication. Third house is the house of communication. It is also the house of short journeys, so I will say you that it can also signify fruitful journeys. So overall I will say that this transit of sun For the Pisces ascendant in the third house of Taurus is one of the best transit for the Pisces people. I will say that cherish each and every day because this sun will be transiting with your third lord, so it will definitely increase your creative talents, your hobbies, your creative abilities. So it will work on it also. So you will be getting lots and lots of opportunities in your life in order to express yourself creatively. So just cherish it, use it to your ultimate resourcefulness and best purpose. So as you have seen that how the transit of sun in the sign of Taurus is going to play its game for the different ascendant. And if you have liked this video, press the like button. If you are new to this channel, please mind to subscribe the channel, tap onto the notification bell icon so that every time I make a new video you get notified instantly. Your comments are very welcome to me. Please write down your comments, your important suggestions, opinions and queries. And yes, anytime if you want any consultation from me, then please do write to me. Check the links below in the description so that you can get an one-to-one consultation from me. For the next time I will come back with a new video with a new one for you. Till then, bye bye, thanking you.